Welcome back to Business Office Specialist. In our previous video, we were learning how to organize information in a spreadsheet by sorting the data in alphabetical or numerical order. Sorting is a great tool to help us organize information. Another great tool for that is filters. Just like with any kind of filter that we have in real life, like a coffee filter or an air filter or a water filter, the whole purpose of a filter in software is to allow certain things that you want while blocking or preventing things that you don't want. So in software, we are looking at showing data that we're interested in while hiding all of the rest of the data to make the information we're interested in easier to see and find. So let me show you how this works. Right now we're looking at the name worksheet in our sorting workbook that we used in our previous video. So if you don't have a copy of this, go back to the sorting video and grab a copy. Let's imagine that as a counselor looking at these students, I'm interested only in the students that live in the Provo and Orem areas. So I could sort these alphabetically and then find all of my Orem and Provo students. But an easier way to do that would just be to filter out or hide any students that have a home city that's different than Provo and Orem, so that the Provo and Orem students are the only ones I'm looking at. So let's do that. Before we can filter, we have to turn on the filtering tool for our data. The filtering tool can be unique to any column, but just to make things simple today, we're going to turn it on for all of our columns. So I'm going to highlight and select all of my data just like we did with sorting, with the headers on top and then all the way down to the bottom of our data set. Now it's very important to include the headers because that's where the filters are going to go. Now I can come up to my data menu option at the top, and I'm going to select Create a Filter. When I do that, it creates these upside down triangles next to each of the column heading names. These are going to be our filters. They're very handy right there next to the column headers, but it makes it hard for the headers to read. So we may need to expand those columns to have enough space for the words and the filter tool. Remember, one of the easy ways to do that is to select your columns. So I selected them by clicking on the letters at the top, and I click and drag to select the columns I'm interested in. And then if you double click any of the lines between the two columns, it will automatically adjust the sizes to be exactly the width that we need for the titles and the new tool we added. So that's one quick way to resize your columns. Now that my columns are resized and I can see my headers better, let's go in and filter the hometown so that we have just Provo and Orem. When you click on a filter, you will see down at the bottom a list of all of the different options available in that column. So right now we have students that live in Lehigh, Orem, Provo, Spanish Fork, and Salt Lake City. We want to only show Provo and Orem, so we're going to turn off the other ones simply by clicking on them so that they are unchecked. Anything that is unchecked will be automatically hidden from view. Now that Provo and Orem are the only ones selected, I can click OK, and it filters out all of the rest of them. Now, the other rows in the table have not been deleted. They may look like they have, but they're not deleted. They're simply hidden from view. And I could come back to the filter and turn them on at any time. So you can see here I added back my Lehigh students. I'm going to take them back off. You also know that they're hidden because if you look at the numbers for the rows on the left-hand side, you can see they're not in numerical order anymore. We have 3, 4, 5, 7, 6 got skipped, 8, 10, 9 got skipped. So there's several of them in here that are getting skipped. That's because those rows contain information that we've filtered out. Now, just like with sorting, you can filter by one column, you can also filter by multiple columns. Let's imagine that now that I'm seeing the students for Provo and Orem, I'm only interested in those students that are pursuing a Bachelor of Arts degree. Bachelor of Arts is abbreviated BA. So I can come over to the degree column, click on its filter, and see that I have an Associate's, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science. I'm going to deselect BS and AS so that the BA or Bachelor of Art degree is the only one still checked. Now if I click OK, it filters out all of those, and now I see a very small table with manageable information that has exactly what I'm looking for, and that's the power of a filter. And filters can be turned on or off at will to be able to navigate through data and look for information quickly. To learn more tools and features in the Google Suite family of apps, check out more of my videos on YouTube or visit ToriNorman.com.